kids return to school, fall sports are about to kick off, but one school won't be able to start its season as planned, and it's because of COVID. Morella Porter is at Lebanon High School tonight with the domino effect this cancellation is having. It's part of our ongoing series, Athletes at Risk.
These athletes came into the season hoping that they turned a corner with the pandemic, doing everything they can to stay healthy. But the reality is COVID isn't going anywhere anytime soon, and they need to find a way to play the game despite that.
Go! There, get.
Intercepted before they can even begin.
We had one game canceled last year because of COVID issues, and here we are at week one already in that spot again. So it certainly makes you pause a little bit and think this could happen again.
Springboro players are leaving it all on the field, but right now it's just the practice field. Their fate for Friday night is uncertain after COVID sacked their rival. Lebanon doesn't have enough players. An entire position group is quarantined. It's a heartbreaking reality for players and coaches who've spent months getting ready for the season. And there is growing frustration with the Ohio High School Athletic Association, who some say doesn't really have a game plan.
As of right now, I don't think the OHSA has established any kind of protocol for making up games.
It's kind of a free-for-all at this point. Every school is kind of making their own decisions. Every school is kind of making their own judgments on whether to quarantine, whether to contact trace in certain situations.
Springboro coach Ryan Wilhite says they're making it by with a few recommendations, masks and social distancing, but for the most part, it's as if the pandemic is not at play.
We're kind of flying, as business as usual as you've been in years past, but we also understand that right now the health department and quarantine things and all that is not really business as usual. It's kind of business as was last year. And so those two worlds kind of collided for us this week.
Wilhite says navigating the pandemic is something that can't be put on the sidelines if they want to give football players at schools across the state a fighting chance. Wilhite says if another school is in their same position by the end of the week, he hopes that they'll be able to play them. Now, we did reach out to the Athletic Association's communications director for comment, but still have not heard back.
Dayton 24/7 Now News is your back-to-school headquarters, and as of tonight, some schools in the Miami Valley are officially back in session. Students in Beaver Creek, Miamisburg, Trotwood, Madison, and Valley View all returning today. Dayton 24/7 Now's Chelsea Sick talked with an administrator and parents about what it's like to be almost back to normal. Chelsea.
Megan, half of the Beaver Creek students return today. The other half will return tomorrow. Administrators tell me that there will not be a virtual learning option this year, so Wednesday will mark the first time all of these students will be back together since March 2020. As schools reopen, some students are grateful to just be back to in-person learning.
I think it was a really nice way to get back into things.
James Bond went back to Beaver Creek's Ankeny Middle School for his first day of 8th grade. It was the first time he's been with classmates since March 2020.
Virtual was kind of a struggle for me, but I also really liked it because I could be at home.
Bond's sister Isabella has her first day back tomorrow. Mom, Megan Stanley, says she has mixed emotions about the kids going back.
We've been home. We've been, being very smart about hand washing. If we go out to stores, keeping our distance and everything.
Beaver Creek's Director of Student Services, Jeff Madden, says they took parent feedback into consideration when deciding not to have a virtual school option.
Be able to see peers, interact with peers, talk to their friends, have that social interaction. It was hard to replace with the virtual program.
Stanley says she's still making sure she does what she can to keep her kids safe as the Delta variant spreads in Ohio.
I labeled all their supplies so that they would only use their supplies and not touch everybody else's.
Stanley says she's just proud of her kids for adapting during the pandemic.
I really didn't see anything different besides just a couple people wearing masks.
As of now, masks are optional in the Beaver Creek School District, but per the CDC, the students must wear masks on the school bus because it's public transportation.
To school, now is the time to help. We've partnered with For Love of Children for our Stack the Backpack School Supply Drive.
Dayton 24/7 Now's Alex King is live outside the Dayton Mall right now and breaks down how you can get involved.
Hey, yeah, good morning, you guys. I am live here at Dayton Mall, right next to one of the donation drop-offs. And we actually brought some school supplies because this week you can donate to help students and teachers prepare for the school year. We brought some pencils, some notebooks, some folders. We even got some glue sticks in here and some scissors that are too cute. All just to, you know, donate to those who just need a little bit of extra help. And I am live here with Sergeant Lewis, who is with the Kettering Army Recruiting Office. Is that correct? How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well,
Awesome. Okay, so tell me, talk about your involvement with this donation drive.
Yes, ma'am. We're partnering with the Dayton Mall and various organizations just to give back to the community and help students and teachers out.
Yeah, exactly. And so tell us why these donations are so important for students and teachers.
Well, education is important, and it's important to be prepared your first couple of weeks of school. So that's the most important piece, is just make sure the young men and women are ready to get educated at that time.
Yeah, absolutely. And why was it so important for you guys to partner up with this?
Well, the Army believes in education. We have tuition assistance for any help for any college student or anything like that. Everything that we do is all about education. We provide a skill set to those young men and women, so this way they can be successful throughout their life, their careers.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know it's only been one day, but have you seen a good amount of donations so far?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My office, we have a good bit of donations at our office too. This is just one part of it. The inside is another part. So there's people helping, and we really appreciate it.
All right, well, thank you so much, and we'll talk more in a little bit. But you can find more information about this on our website, Dayton247now.com. Stick with us because we're going to be talking to Sergeant Lewis a little bit more about what all you can expect for this and who this is all going towards coming up next.